Had a bit of a blow today. I came over here 11 years ago. A friend of mine opened a bar up, Tucker, called the Nag's Head in Puerto Rico. And when I first arrived there, I thought I'd look him up again. I hadn't seen him for 11 years, last time I was here. And COVID-19 came and went and pretty much killed everything, didn't it? Well, over here, I've been talking to people regarding business. The ones that did survive, even today, are struggling to make a killing, or even to make a book to survive. They're all struggling. The bars and restaurants that were packed, there's barely anyone in them. So it's going to take a few years to build that up, because half the town's dead, and if it isn't dead, it's closed. And opposite the Sunspot was the Nag's Head, an old mate of mine that I knew from Babbies. In fact, we were practically family. So I just assumed that times hit hard and he went home. Late to find today, I went to 69 again for half a pint. I just mentioned, because it's quieter now, I spoke to the girl behind the bar. And I said, I think Tuck's gone bankrupt as well. She said, no, he's passed away. Oh, that was a bit of a smack in the mouth, that was. She reckoned about 8 years ago. So that would have made him 52, 53. I actually came here on his 50th birthday. I didn't know it was his 50th birthday, because I don't keep in touch with my old mates, I don't keep in touch with my family. I've got no mobile phone, I'm not on social media other than YouTube. So you lose sort of count. Like Tuck, when I met him in Puerto Rico 11 years ago, I hadn't seen him for 35 years. And there was some other mates there as well. Nige was there. He's one of our old mates as well. But even though he died young, he lived his dream. Tucker was a grafter. He started life as a butcher, but as we all know, in the UK, butcher shops just started closing. Although he did work for a supermarket chain, it still ended up dead being a butcher. So he retrained and became an electrician. In his 20s, early 20s, he used to work for me for a few years, but then I think I was 29 when I left. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to live my dream, and that's what I've done. I went off and lived my dream. And Tucker's dream was always to have a pub or a bar in the Canary Islands, and he done it. He might have only been here for a few years, but he hit his dream. So it's quite a sad day, really. I've come over it to sort of mourn for me dogs, losing them, and then one of your mates, which is, like I say, practically family. In fact, my mother used to date his father when they were teenagers, and then obviously they split up. Tucker's dad met his wife, and my mother met my father. But yeah, we've known each other since we were nappies, Yeah, so wherever you are, Tuck, rest in peace, my mate. Yeah. He's a twin, Tucker is. His twin was Sonia. Lovely girl. And then there was a set of twins younger than him and a set of twins older than him, and then a few more in the clan. A big family, nice family. But life is what it is, and this is why I say to people, you've got to go out and live your dream, or try your best to accomplish it, because you never know when your days are numbered. You never know when you're going to take your last breath. And that's what I done, you know. I left home, I wanted to travel. I wanted to do something unusual. Now when I was young, I'm talking, I don't know, when I was 9 or 10, might be a little bit older, Elvis Presley was on television in a movie called Roustabout, and he was riding the wall of death, and I said to my mum, I said, I'm going to do that one day. She said, don't be so silly. Well, I did. That was my dream, and that's what I did. I became a wall of death performer. My mum would never ever come to see me. The rest of the family did when I was in the area, but no, she wouldn't. But I was, I mean, I was too busy to go back home and visit. You know, before I knew it, 35 years had gone. You know, just vanished. I'm in my 60s now. Tuck was a year younger than me. But you know, I've lived on a knife's edge, I have, with my work, but I didn't care. I enjoyed it. Didn't make you rich, but it wasn't a living. It was a way of life, being a showman, and it was good. You know, it's why my back's so knackered, because of the pressure it puts on your back. Right, if I could turn back time, I'd do it all again. It's just a great life. You know, I'd love to be able to walk further, but I can't. You know, I notice the difference between the last 11 years of walking around here and then walking around here now, and I can't do it. So it's not long before I get one of those little electric scooters, which won't bother me. I can go places quicker. I always say, try and use your legs as often as you can. You know, swimming, that's good exercise for your body. I've been in the pool today, had a good swim. I've walked all around McGann for an hour, so that's good exercise. I've got Crocs on, so it's quite soft as you're walking, rather than shoes where you sort of like thumping the ground. So my advice to people, if you've got a dream, go for it, because you never know when your number's going to be punched. Live each day as if it's your last.